very early March 2026, and those that follow my channel will have seen that I've rolled out my T140 oiling frame, and I've got a bit of a rocker box leak. Well, today it's a lovely 17 degrees. It's about the last hour of daylight, just under an hour. I've rolled my Fastback 1969 Commando out, and typical to the Norton, she'd wet sumped quite badly, so I wasn't afforded the opportunity, due to just how bad the wet sumping was, to run her up and let the oil get warm. But the oil was well beyond needing changes. I dropped the oil on this machine, in fact on all my classics, every 1,000 miles, and this is my first year using Miller's, so dropped the oil from the sump, dropped the oil from the oil tank, swilled out the oil tank with a little bit of Miller's 2050, topped her back up with Miller's. She's just on the low point because I'm never quite sure how much oil is in the system. And what you're going to see here, I've reattached the Moto battery, and I'm about to cold start her for the first time in 2026. So it's been several months laid up in nothing more than a brick built garage with a couple of dust cloths. She still feels filthy despite that, but let's see if we can get her going. And if we can, actually, we can't beat it, can we? For those that watch my channel, my T140 started on the first kick. What I've done here is I've given her 3 gentle kicks to move the oil around the system, and I can see oil returning, so that was indicative of oil already being in the system. But she's had 3 kicks with ignition off. She's still got the old fuel in, so it just goes to show you that E5 does appear to be stable on the T140. Let's hope there's enough of the correct material in the petrol for it to start today. But I'm just going to move the camera, move it around, and then you'll actually see real world. It might be 7 kicks, it might be 10 kicks. Bit of background: she's 12 volt pos earth, she's got a Moto battery on her. Let's give it a go. Let's stop rambling, let's get her started. Hi, so I've tickled the concentric carburetors, 17 degrees. I'm not going to use any choke on her, maybe a little bit of choke, but both carburetors have been flooded for the first time in 2026. T140 went first kick. Let's have a look at this bike. So I can see that the ignition has all been wired back up. There's several fuses on this Norton that power various discrete GoPro USB chargers, but the ammeter dropped and then went back to the centre, so I know that I've got good feed to the ignition system. I'll just take her off the centre stand and straddle her with no seat. Let's see where we go. T140 went first kick, don't forget. Oh, she fired or barked. Just going to give her another tickle. She's definitely barking, a bit like me, barking mad. Checking the oil return. Yeah, help with that Norton, is there? But she's absolutely filthy. Let's go take her for a test ride, check the clutch hasn't stuck, blah de blah de blah. So I think what's left to do now is go get some new fuel in her. But first I just use furniture polish and give her a wipe over. Take an adjustable spanner with me just in case. Let's go take her for a test ride. So quite literally, physically, it's the last 40 minutes of daylight, and I put the Shell V-Power in her, and I've done about 11 miles. As you saw, she went first kick, and she's been first kick start ever since. It's when you drag your bike out of winter sleeping time that you realise perhaps you had a few jobs that you didn't do. When my friend and I went to Germany, Luxembourg, and Belgium, France, the indicator light, the telltale light on the headlamp shell, I know it hasn't failed, but I know it's the wires pushing it back that causes the pin to drop. But yeah, all good. I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't have time after my last meeting today to get the 360 and the GoPro on, but do you know what? It's more important for me to listen to the engine, to receive the feedback from the clutch, the gearbox, and all of those nuances that when she's been laid up for several months can hurt you if you get it wrong. But I'm very pleased to say, touch wood, she's running okay. I'm heading back now, and I will check all nuts and bolts as you would do after resting. Thanks for watching. Ride safe, everybody.